Et bonsoir et bonne journée à tout le monde et bienvenue sur une nouvelle live stream. That was all the French you're gonna get from me, don't click away. But I am here, we are 4 minutes late, but I hope you don't mind. Gonna be doing a bit of all of our streams are chill, honestly, who am I kidding? Yesterday with level design on Songs of Heritage. Also not Unicycle Pizza. Yesterday with level design on Magical Girl Guardians. I think I've shown it enough at this point. Maybe one thing that I do want to pull up now that we're here. And hello everyone, by the way. Hi Chi Lemon and Revolver Over. I ended up not live streaming it because it was kind of boring. Let me pull up, because I said I was gonna do it today, and it kind of sucked, but I did do it. I ended up redoing the store page, so I submitted it for review. We've got like new screenshots for I keep thinking Unicycle Pizza Time. I got some of them cute little jiffies down here. Music is loud. How is music loud? Well, should be solved now. So I think, yeah, so I kind of did that. So that was done. And then I was just, so we're looking into becoming part of the Sony partner program, whatever, Sony partner PlayStation thing. But my God, is it a lot of like, not paperwork, or yeah, paperwork and like forms. And I think I can show you this because this is something that is like public. What we have to do, like, because I think, yeah, as long as we go to like Sony Indie, not India, I do need to watch out because Sony Indie Developer Program. Is it here? I just want to make sure I'm not leaking stuff. It's like here, yeah, join us now. And it's like, okay, cool, I want to register. Like these are steps that you can go through as well. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm in Belgium, I'm a game developer, and then you need to have like your product pitch. So either you need like game design document or like sheets explaining like what you want to do. Oh, I'm kind of still in the way. Let me make myself smaller again. So we had to do this, and then I had to make it, and it's like, this is not leaked. This is because I'm in an incognito tab. I have never logged in. This is just if you go to this site, you can go to it. So then what did I do today? I made goddamn pitch deck for, oh yeah, we want to port to consoles and all of that. Like, this is the reasons why Unicycle Pizza Time is good for console and things like that. And it's like, this is also game development or like studio development. I don't know. It's stuff that you have to do. So I was busy with that as well. Then I had to do a store page, did a little bit more of Magical Girl Guardians. Nice, I got the name right this time. And I don't want to do more game development now. So I figured instead I was gonna go take a first look at our Discord, Improve My Game, and just talk shit about some of the things people have been posting in there. And take you guys along. So if you have something as well, there should be a link in the description to join our Discord if you're not in there yet. And then there's a thing here called Improve My Game. And then you can make a new post. And then if it's something that's interesting, I can take a look at it. 56 hours played already, probably more. The thing is, because it uses multiplayer, it already has like the Steam ID and all of that. So it just tracks the moment you start Unity. It thinks that like you're playing the game according to Steam. So we have this guy, Particulitis Julien. Oh, your exes want to see my new capsule ideas? Yeah, give it a go. Because that's definitely, I was considering talking about it on the stream regardless, whether you were in here or not. But I'll first take a look at this little game jam entry, roasted. First thing I hate is who on earth says AWSD instead of WASD? Like move with W, survive as long on this destructible map, move with AWSD, just pick WASD or arrow keys. Red is an enemy, small blue thingies are XP, big blue thingies are map cells that you can destroy, they will not hurt you. Point to shoot or get the auto aim bonus. See how this goes. Detail. Oh, it has music. I am gonna mute the music. So I click start. Okay, and I shoot it where I'm aiming. And I can move around, okay. I pick up the XP. Is the XP just circle? Oh, I was too busy looking at the XP circling around me. I feel like first thing I notice here is, okay, the blue XP, it's very similar to all of the crap that's lying here on the background, because I don't think that is... Oh, this is bad red, like black on blue. Like this is very weird visibility and whatever. Hi, I'm releasing a game in a week. Someone mailed me about boosting the game. What do you think about buying wishlists? Do you have any information of that matter? I do. I'll get to you in a second. I want to give this one first. I want lucky shot 10. What is 10x more? Oh, it just shoots 10 bullets. Okay, so it feels very cramped up front. Oh, goddammit. Let's give it another go. Because it's like, it's a destructible map, but it takes 4 shots. Oh, but I can destroy it to get XP as well. I felt like the difficulty ramped up extremely quickly. Ooh, that was close. Oh my god. I feel like aiming feels a little bit... Or it's probably you had a similar problem in the Magical Girl Guardians. It's gonna be a thing. When Magical Girl Guardians on Game Awards? So next year, because it will be coming out next year. Let's take auto aim. I feel like that's gonna make... The thing is, can I override the auto aim? No. So now it's just... I feel like now it's kind of a solved game, because I just need to evade the enemies and that's it. Like you suddenly change the genre of the game. Also, movement was weird. Okay, so I'm gonna just farm some XP again. I don't think I can see like, oh, when do you get the upgrades? That is one thing. Oh. Do I just mine? Yeah. Rapid fire, I guess. Oh god, oh my god, that was horrible aim from me. Okay, yeah, I just unmuted the game music.
New 10 donation from K.
That's pretty...
Hi Marnix.
Okay. Hi Carrie, you always do the $10 hi Marnix. You can say other things as well if you want. How do you feel about solvable games in general? I feel like puzzle games are different. Anyways, thoughts about this. I feel like the auto aim kind of removes too much of the game, because then the only thing you need to worry about is just moving around and dodging. And the ramp, this is very much a game jam game of, hey, I want to figure out libGDX, but I'm not really sure if there's anything releasable. Probably also not the point. If it's just, oh, I want to play around with libGDX, I guess sure, but otherwise, yeah. I am going to open my email and I'm going to find some of the buy wishlist things that I've gotten so far. I'm putting this wishlist buy. Am I going to find it? No. I swear, I had like, because they were, yeah, so I'll pull up some emails that we get these as well. We get a bunch of like emails that we never ask for. Here we have an older one. I'm just gonna pull up a few that I have. Okay, this is add play again, and then we have this one as well. So this is very much a thing. Curator publications, first of all, this does not fucking matter. Nobody cares about curators. But the thing is, it's like buying subscribers on the YouTube channel. It's like buying all of that, like 110 guys, give me 110 bucks and I'll write your attractive Steam page layout and writing you a search optimized text. Also, like game testing review, honestly, this may seem weird, but this I think this is more worth it, but at this point just find 10 people and just like do whatever. I guess like game price plus $5 if you just need to get the 10 reviews. Maybe you'll get the money out of it again, but questionable. Influencer testing, this is weird. And then yeah, here, basically what the idea is, they're gonna give you like 3,000, 4,000 wish lists all at the same day, basically, and then you get into popular upcoming, and then the thought is that, hey, you pay them, like, what is this, $99 in this case? What a deal. And you also, what's the difference between a mixed wish list and a premium wish list? That's like the G2A thing of like, oh, you can buy regular Steam keys or premium Steam keys and whatever. This is very expensive, $3,000. And yeah, you'll come up in popular and upcoming. But still the mod doesn't mod then, because generally looking at things that like How to Market a Game talks about, if you get into popular upcoming, you get like a few thousand at most, like 3,000 wish lists-ish on top of whatever you have already. That's why it's like, oh, it's 7,000, and then depending on the conversion rate, you can get into like the new and trending once the game comes out. The thing is, even if you're getting 3,000 wish lists here, you're still paying $1 per wish list, and even though they say premium, none of these will ever convert because, like, is this legal? I don't know if you'll get sued, but I think this can definitely be something where Steam may one day be like, oh, I'm gonna shut down your Steam account, because it's definitely not, it's not the move. Regardless. So yeah, once again, curators mention is useless. The game review here, price of the game plus $4, that's pretty good. Like demo ranking boost, when was this sent? Like this doesn't exist anymore, demo ranking boost for Steam Next Fest, because they changed the entire algorithm. Where would you get these wishes from? Is it all bots? No, it's probably like, okay, how do I say this nicely? Like third world countries, there's like real accounts that people like kind of almost like sell of like, yeah, sure, give me wish lists, and then they get like a few dollars a month or something for like having their account be used while they play CSGO or whatever to make it look real. I guess that's the thing here, like the 2,000 mixed wish list is just like this company at the ad play. What they do is they just make 2,000 Steam accounts and they spend the $5 minimum on it or whatever. And that's the mixed wish list, so it will have 0 conversion rate. Maybe the 8 to 10,000 is probably using like some sketchy like Farsi website or like Russian site where people can like get rewarded. Like, you know, there's like these platforms for games as well, for mobile games specifically, where you get like paid to play games and then you get like gift cards. It's like something that, you know, those Fortnite YouTubers, they often advertise it because that's like their audience. It's like, oh yeah, you can get Amazon $10 gift card if you play Rise of Shadows or whatever, the mobile game for like 15 minutes. And that is, I think, where this comes from. Like, they're just taking what already exists for mobile with questionable results and they're turning that into PC. But for $3,000, I mean, any price at the end of the day, you're throwing away money, and you're not just supporting money, you're also supporting unethical things. It's the same with like buying, if you go to G2A, I think, like buying a Windows key from G2A. This is something that you can do. So you see often like, oh yeah, you can buy a Windows 11 key. The thing is, these are basically sort of stolen keys. That's the whole thing about G2A. So you're giving money now to pirates, basically, whereas at this point you may as well just pirate it, so to say. Like, you're supporting bad stuff, basically. So that's definitely not worth it as well. So yeah, can they realistically boost the Steam algo? The thing is, maybe Steam can filter them out because Steam knows a lot. They can filter out like bots to a certain degree. Give me $3,000 and I'll try it for you, or I guess 3,190. But even then, that's what I talked about. Even if you get into popular upcoming, you'll get about 3,000 wishlists, let's say, and then you're talking about a $1 conversion rate, which is too low, like a $1 to wishlist rate, and then you need to keep in mind that a regular conversion rate is about 10-15%. So you're paying per sale, assuming that all of these were genuine people, genuine wishlists who are generally kind of interested in your game. you would have to sell a game for more than $15 for the mod to make sense. After the Steam 30% cut, after taxes and things like that, like the return on emphasis, and of course you're not getting a 15% conversion rate with premium wish lists. So it doesn't really make sense. Like online player boost, it's like, cool, what? Like this means nothing at the end of the day. This means absolutely nothing. Having 1,000 people just open your game's main menu, it's not going to magically save your game if that's what you're doing. Like, oh, Discord subscribers. Why would I want 230 Discord subscribers? What I always do, like, at the end of the day, we have like, oh, I don't want to join the voice channel actually. Like, we have a little over 3,000 members, but I think it's time once again, like I just prune them every so often, and it's like 75 members are gonna be gone now. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that like people are in here who will never talk, who will never interact, and who haven't opened their Discord. Yeah, so now we're at like 2,933 again. But like the numbers don't matter, sales matter, and these things are not giving you any sales. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, influencer testing doesn't matter really. Steam library assets could be a deal. I don't know. $35 for Steam library. Guess the question is, what style of capsule are you gonna get? Because remember we have this thing where like our capsule leads, and like some of them are somewhat cheap. Like this is 75. Oh, I guess we're not going there. It needs a human touch, sure thing. But like, this is like $75 for the art, and then yeah, we paid we paid less, but by now it's like 300. Like, but you're just gonna get ass, I feel then. Hello, I want to continue our parasocial relationship. Hello, Rohan, give me money and then I'll be your friend. I should make my own like increase parasocial relationship thing. Game trailer 130. This is like cheap-ish still. The problem is, I've talked about this before, you get mobile trailers basically and not good ones. What is our packages? Indie/solo developer. Damn, they even have a website. Major publisher project. What is this? Oh, you get page optimization, 10 reviews, and 10 curators. Hey, at least they support multiple payment options. Amy, hey man, you should really utilize Gemini API or a small language model in the game to actually make your games far more compelling. That should be your one feature that you'd like to talk about. Okay. So, we have an AI bro or girl in the chat. There's no women on the internet. It's all guys. So we have an AI bro in chat. This exists. I'm gonna look them up because I forgot the name, but they were on Develop Brighton. Can I see like the Develop Expo? Dead Meat or something? I'm gonna find them. But they basically did that. Problem is, you don't want to do meaning machine. That's it. Meaning machine. I'll just look it up this way. God awful site. They have that. Yeah, okay, it was called Dead Meat. So this has a built-in small language learning model in it, and it's like yeah, you have to, like, it's a game, whatever. Problem is, you don't want to do Gemini API. Problem with Gemini is that you have cost. Gemini can only work with live services. That's why every AI application has that software as a service model, even though it's ass. But because you're just spending money every month, it's not like something that you can be like, oh yeah, you buy the game for, let's say, even $20, and then it's like a one-off purchase, because you will lose money on that in the long term. Whereas if you can do a small language model on device, it can work better. Of course, depends on the person's device and all of that, and I don't know how people feel about it. Did these guys not disclose their AI, even though AI is like the core center of this game? I guess so. So basically what they do is they have a bunch of games that is like Battle Banter. All of these games are using AI in it. Well, last time I looked at it, they only had Dead Meat, but I feel like they've got some more AI slop being pumped out now with their tech, because they make the tech behind it, like conversation creators using on-device language models and like game-conscious NPCs. So it's a thing you can do. Is it a good thing? I don't know. It also depends. Like in a Magical Girl Guardians, like adding like typing text doesn't really make sense. Maybe in certain games, but then it gets different. So yeah, the Olama LLMs are embeddable. Yeah, there's like definitely, I don't think you can use like a Gemini or an OpenAI well, but definitely there are like small, because you have like Hugging Face. I think it's Hugging Face. One of our viewers, the individual Kex, he works here. So he knows everything about like language models and all of that. I think a problem is still file size as well, because these models are pretty large. I think like just in pure gigabytes, although it doesn't really matter when you have games like, what is it, Warzone, that's like 130 gigabytes, but there's things to keep in mind. I think AI, I use it as well, surprise. I don't like typing. That is the one thing. I love talking to it. That's where I think AI should go, where I can just talk and it like, it's way more interactive. I will have to look at this game. I don't like games with APIs called, yeah. So yeah, take a look at the games they make if you want to look more into AI stuff. It doesn't fit for any game, of course. But yeah, meanwhile, serious, like, is a Souls-like a good time investment in 2024, 2025? Depends. Are you a solo dev? Because then it gets hard. I can't find anything on your YouTube channel, at least. Let's take a look. How are Souls-like doing? Because I feel like definitely Souls-likes are getting more and more popular. Souls-like, released after 2023. Let's see. Souls-like. Ooh, bottom revenue is actually pretty low, surprisingly. Let's look at games lists. How many Souls-likes came out after 2023 again? And how many of those are indie category, publisher class, hobbyist and indie? Sifu was, wow, it came out, I feel like it came out longer. Damn. Honestly, actually, there's no big ones anymore. Like you have like the top 10 that are like 500,000 plus. But some of these are definitely questionable still in how indie they are. But then we're very quickly dropping actually. And if you look at these average play, can I filter on average playtime? I need a minimum playtime of I think 1 hour. Because otherwise it's like games that don't really exist. What is like the highest earners? Okay, yeah, Sifu, like these are big games. Decent reviews. Most of these do have pretty long content timelines. I think getting a very art intensive, very mechanic intensive. Yeah, making a good Souls-like as a solo dev would probably take years. I think that is indeed a big one. It's not, because like, this is, I'm gonna find some, oh, I don't know why it's Russian. This is, I feel like, okay. This looks like every other fantasy RPG I've ever seen. I feel like this is only Russian. Yeah, this is only Russian people play this. Actually, that's a good one. Is there a trend in terms of countries? Not enough data for this one. This is a... this doesn't look like a Souls-like. It's a... Oh, I should watch out before I click on random Steam pages. Good thing, Warnix. even though that was fine. Okay, America as well. So yeah, should you make a Souls-like? Probably not. Should you make a Souls-light? Also, probably not. I think Souls-likes, the problem is the core mechanic is easy to make. Easy-ish. You get what I mean, like the combat, there's a lot of Souls-like prototypes on YouTube as well. It breaks down though. When you look at the amount of content, it's usually kind of very linear. You need to have a story usually as well. And then yeah, having good unique enemies, making all of those enemies having their own like movement and animation and all of that, that's where the problem is. That's where the scale battle is. It's not a battle of, oh, these mechanics are so hard to figure it out, like how do I program it? It's very much a slog of, fuck me, I still need to make another 60 enemies if I want to make this game interesting, and that is more of the issue. So yeah. Isn't that, oh yeah, this is the Murky Divers dev. Yeah, well, they're doing really well right now. I don't, oh yeah, this is because I looked at the publisher. Can't I find developer embers? I guess not. Murky Divers sold a lot. Oh yeah, $1 million. They probably got a good deal. Yeah, meanwhile I'm sitting here like, cool, I get to make another 60 spaceships. Yeah, but the thing is your spaceships probably don't require as much animating and like custom weapons and like attack patterns and things like that. I feel like those are still gonna be easier to make than fully custom enemies and all of their attack patterns and things like that. Also constructors, like I found a somewhat niche genre on Steam. There were about 120 games on Steam for the genre and most of them don't even relate to the tech. The games that do sell a lot, is this a good indicator? I think not. Because I think by that same logic, I think it's like attributes and then like what is the highest earning attributes? There was something where it was like one of the highest earning things on Steam for a long time was like the fishing tag. But it's just because that genre gets very skewed often from the like big boys. I guess. No, average, or let's do median. Like FMV, only 134 games. Like if you don't know what FMV is, it's basically like those kind of NSFW dating sims that it's just actual filming. And it's like, yeah, sure, these things, they earn a lot, median, and there's not that many, but it's also not an easy genre. Why are there only 2,000 nudity games? That kind of surprises me. Can I see, what are like the most rare ones? World War II, Pirates, Dragons, Ninja. Yeah, it's like the thing with like ninja tags, and it's the same as like an indie tag or an America tag. It doesn't really say much to Steam. You're much better describing the genres and things like that. So I wouldn't trustly like blindly look at how many games are there in a certain tag and then just like go for that one because it's like, oh, there's a lot of like space for it here. I think a good example of this is actually, can I find vehicular combat? Vehicular combat is a genre that if I clear this, I should find like it's a pretty high earner. Combat racing. Where is vehicular combat? I guess it's combat racing. Like, there's not many games. Total revenue is pretty decent-ish. It's not great, but it's also not horrible. Like if you look at like shoot 'em up, it's like almost a tenth of the total revenue. Problem is combat racing. These are genres that are very much off balance with games like Crossout and things like that. And it's also genres that maybe aren't as popular anymore today, but those games, they have the staying power from a long time ago. But it's hard to increase now because it's just not as much of an audience anymore. There was a viewer of us who made that vehicular combat racing game with that idea. And there's some of them that are like coming out as well. Is it Fuel? No. If I look up Mad Max, I may find it. Someone is making like a low poly Mad Max style indie game. Sex Desert Medlist. God damn it, NSFW devs, you make everything. I can't find it immediately anymore. Oh, isn't this what one of our viewers basically suggested? Post-apocalyptic courier service where you drive around to deliver things. This was an idea from one of our viewers we roasted in the game stream. I think it's all right. I think this game is gonna have success. I did not see Code Monkey's videos on AI-generated game worlds because I don't like AI that much, guys. Like, I know enough about AI. Yeah, I think it's... Wait, where was it? Here, this AI can create playable game worlds. And it's based on like that Google one. That's like, you had like the Minecraft one as well. Boring job plus Eastern Europe is millions in revenue. Yeah, I think that is a better one. I forgot where I was going though. Oh yeah, you were talking about the AI stuff. I just think it's... I prefer not to talk about it. Okay. I'm gonna... Let's talk about AI, guys, because you like AI. What do you think about this? I actually haven't looked at this myself. Like, this came in earlier today. They want to sponsor our content. And it's like... The problem that I have with AI is just how samey all of the images look. Like, this is just like, oh, women looking at camera or whatever. And it's like, this is... Like, what does this do? I don't know. You just slapped AI on what? A file manager? Like AI search, create, and like AI tagging. I don't know. Like all of these assets, they make me cry how it looks. Because it's all the end of, like, oh, is this Jeff Bezos? This guy looks like Jeff Bezos. Can I zoom in on it? It's like, oh yeah, it is Jeff Bezos. The other three do not look like Jeff Bezos at all. In the prompt, there's like Jeff Bezos stands in golden armor under the sunset 2D stuff. Like, this is just bad. It's not good yet. Like, cool, I want money, but I don't want to sell this shit. I looked at the Meshy site half a year ago. I haven't looked at it since then. So yeah, this is probably the only time we're gonna be covering Blueberry AI. Yeah, don't let these things promote your game. Well, not my... This. Yeah, you need to have an artistic... Or like, you don't even need to be that good artistic to make interesting stuff with AI. My favorite example is this channel. All of these thumbnails are AI generated. Nobody cares. People like them. I get comments of like, hey, the thumbnails look like... Okay, yeah, sure. This is like the last three, because we did David Vela. This is... what's it called? A tiny something thing, but most of these thumbnails are all just AI generated. Nobody cares. They look good. They get pretty good CTRs and things like that. Like, and this is also just me doing simple prompts, but having some idea of what I should write in my prompt. Yeah, like, let me take a look here. This is the Midjourney. Is it gonna load? I think it like, this is not much more work to write like the one sentence, and you get AI generated stuff that is pretty good. And it's like, yeah, sure, it takes a few iterations before I get there. But I just get offended when I see those generic 2D characters and things like that. So yeah. Imagine having money for an actual artist, Dalehammer. That's the thing, that's the big thing. Video tomorrow is gonna be a banger, because we're talking tomorrow about how much we earned this year. So, holy crap, is that D. Marnix. Thomas, finally, he lives. So, fun fact, guys, can everyone just give a big L to Thomas? Because he has abandoned me for the past like week, and he's doing next week as well, because he has a real job, so he can't do live streaming. But apparently he could have done the live stream because he's in chat right now as well. So big L's in the chat for Thomas, everyone. So yeah. Also, I didn't notice we went to 90 viewers. Oh yeah, short hike. That's it indeed. Like we have like meshy, like I know some of them. Like one of the AI things that I considered, and they actually have like a humble bundle going on. But I offered the humble bundle. They just pulled. I don't want to work with them anymore. I like this company. I've met them on DevCom and Develop Brighton because they do AI rigging. They do the shit that is like what AI is supposed for. Like they take non-humanoid meshes and they make it easy to animate it. And it's like decently priced and all of that. So I like them. Like this could be something I considered, like we considered working together. It didn't end up happening. And then they kind of pulled one that I have questions about. They released a humble bundle. Is it still up? Yeah, here. And this one, I'm like, MSRP $10,000, MSRP $3,000. And I'm like, my dude, your top 100 animated everything world objects are not worth $1,000. I'm sorry, like this is just blatantly inflating the price for no reason. It's like, oh yeah, how to make a platform game in Unity. It's like, are you asking for like documentation for your own stuff basically? Like how to import anything world models in Godot, $10. It's like, shouldn't you be giving this for free? I don't like how they're padding their bundle thing here. Because technically, I think what you do get, like the Anything World Pro subscription for 1 year for, what is this, like $20? If you go to their pricing, it is a good deal, but I just don't like how they could have dealt with these numbers better, I think, in how they say. Because like, yeah, the Pro thing is like $50 a month or something. Here, yeah, 215. And this is the thing, like once again, it's an AI thing, so you have to keep paying. I like them because they do actually have a free plan as well. That's why I always wanted to work with them, because it's like, hey, they have the free plan and it's something that you can actually kind of use. But yeah, another side tangent. He was in the Netherlands for his main job. That's true. Did you eat frikandel, Thomas? And what does a frikandel mean to you? Those are the big questions. Where were we? 3D version of the Chinese board game Go. The pieces are made of dough and the game is called Godot. Okay, that did not go where I expected it to go. I feel like Go is a shit name as well. Oh, you had it. I forgot now. Frikandel is a currywurst in the Netherlands, I think. It's different. For making animated gigs, animated GIFs. Oh. Like making, I don't know. I don't use that much AI. Like I'm very much a basic AI bitch with Midjourney and ChatGPT, and that's basically it. I don't need like what is like cursor and all of that as well. Frikandel XXL. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Access had made a post about his capsule, because oh no, this is not the capsule improvement. Didn't he say he made a post, Access? Did you lie? Basically, oh no, here, he wrote them here. This all started yesterday when he shared this. Let's open it in the browser. He was like, hey guys, how does my Steam capsule look? I'm gonna see if I can, like, I want to zoom in. I can't zoom in. Or like move it to the side. And I plainly told him, like, background is bad, why are you using black text on red? And it's like, he's a Patreon. We have this really good video on Patreon. I like it. I have to plug it. It's like a half an hour video where I talk about, hey, how do you make capsules? Like, what are the the things, the different pieces of art, how do you combine all of it, like composition and things like that. And I'm like, you're a Patreon, you should be able to watch this. Because there's a lot of problems here. First of all, your font is very small. What I'm talking, like, you're looking at this now and you're like, hey, this doesn't look too bad. I know chat is like a little bit in the way, but whatever. When I saw the video on Patreon, I was just about using AI to make the art. Do you really think I'm that much of an AI bro? The problem is, I maybe for some context, since you're here as well, I was looking at this on the favorite device of everyone, basically, a mobile phone. And if you're looking at this capsule on a mobile phone, do I have it open still? Where's my browser? Here. Can I not zoom out more? This is the least I can zoom out. This is still kind of too big. But you can see, like, suddenly readability gets much, much lower. Like, sure, if I go and zoom in, it's like, yeah, this looks fine. But you have to remember, this is kind of small. Maybe I can, let's replicate it. So I'm just gonna fake this. It's gonna be super jank, but okay. So I have my snippy here and I'm just gonna make them the same size. I can't even resize. Like, if we're looking at it from this size, like readability, comparing Elder Legacy versus Wild Willy West is just so massively different. And other things is like, hey, there's a lot of height difference. Like some of the other feedback I had was the height between these two. I need to get like the pirate software drawing tablet or whatever. Yeah, black on red is already a risky choice. You don't want to do that either. So I gave some tips, and then we had this talk here of like, I think this is horribly uninteresting, which is a valid take to have. The problem is that, sure, you may find it uninteresting, but there is a reason. It's super visible, it's super clear to have high contrast colors. White on anything basically that's like a darker color is really visible. This was then an example I talk about in the Patreon video as well of like, this is an original where there's a lot empty space, made the text bigger, fill up the empty space, because if you go back, take a look at this, all of this is just empty. There's so much emptiness in here. And that's something that I didn't like as well. Like I think actually what I did, I didn't end up sending it. It was like, okay, because it was like 11 p.m. I wanted to go to sleep. I was like, okay, what if we just get like, I kind of wanted like a bit of just a city vibe, like something like a starry sky or something just better than the smoky gray. So anyways, I didn't end up doing that. I didn't end up going to sleep. But then the next morning, the story continues. He made it bigger. I think this looks a lot better already because it's much more readable. Like even when he's like done super tiny. And then yeah, indeed, like you said, like there's this side apparently to find contrast, like very poor contrast. And then Volcanic also chipped in for some things. And then Godfra Riche, the true chat that he is, he even has the picture to match it, just started reworking it. And sure, this is very Red Dead Redemption, but this is much, much better visibility. And then there's some more versions. He ended up redrawing the ribbon, where once again, white stroke on black to get more contrast, bigger logo. This was really nice as well. And then yeah, these are much better contrast-wise than you compare these two, for example. It's like, not even like, this is so much more readable, like super contrasty. And then yeah, he liked this one. And then there are some new drafts. So this font is too stylized, I think. This one makes it hard. Like the I makes me think of an E almost. Like first glance, I feel like this is too stylized. I wouldn't go for this one maybe. This one is maybe slightly too basic. And here once again we're like that. With slightly too basic, I mean the text, like very big stroke. If you can, try and use drop shadow instead of stroke as well. And I think yeah, the background still needs some extra thought, I think, because just having like the background here with the fact that it's red, it's definitely gonna stand out more already. This one, I like your banner thing, but this font is too crazy. Especially there's people who's not native English speakers and things like that, who have no idea what this might mean, you get lost in the sauce of trying to read this. But it's like size-wise, sizing is good here. I urge you, if you can, like, Western, oh no, nice painting, image. Can I find one that's like get one of these things, like a darker-ish color, but this way it's also not like, get like a city or something. Like this is something, at worst case, get something AI generated. But I want you to just take a look at like get something like this as your background, I think would look like, and then maybe add like a little blur or something like this. Why are there camels? Okay, different kind of desert. But I think something like this in the background can also make it feel a lot more alive. Like, okay, yeah, probably you're gonna have to look at the style, but it's something that I would have added personally myself. Or something like this. I think this is like a really good thing. Yeah, it's AI generated. Man, you have to pay for an AI. My God, you have to pay for an AI generated image. What has this world become? Do you think that size is okay in the banner? Yeah, in that one it is. Sorry, I wasn't reading chat that much. Like this banner, because I definitely think this is much more creative than this one. I do have to agree with that, but this font is just a little bit too much. It's a top-down shooter inspired by Hotline Miami. Is it on Steam yet? I know I once played an itch.io build for it. I'm going to go on itch.io and not signed in, so I don't get the adult games. I think I don't get the adult games, yes. No, it's not. I remember playing it once on stream. It is indeed like a Hotline Miami 2D top-down shooter. You don't have to be AI generated. You can, yeah, if you want, you can make it yourself as well. Hey, Xefande gameplay. Hey, pals. We're doing a playtest soon if you want to know more. Well, if we're doing a live stream, send me a, like, put it in Improve My Game again, and probably I'll go over it again. So yeah. I told you the itch build is very ass. Oh, Thomas asked me if I have open changes. If so, please commit. So I'm going to quickly commit first. Oh, I guess Streamlabs doesn't like you writing the word ass. Let me stage my changes. More level improvements. Commit. And push. AI is public domain, so you can just remove the AI water, like the watermark. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's so dumb. Like, I know you can't license AI as far as I can tell, because it is not man-made, supposedly. How much of it has been like proven in court at this point? Not that much yet. I feel, Thomas, I should have pushed for you. So go for it. Features AI driven. Copyrighted by smart contracts. Rocks are used to font Chinese rocks, and it's just a variant of bold uppercase letters. Chinese rocks font. Is this the GTA font? This is a cool font. I feel like it's also the Dead Island font or something. I have never played Red Dead and things like that. December 20th is Bite Me Games Awards, right? Right, indeed. Is this that font? Yeah, it is. Red Dead. Yeah, they did align it a little bit. But yeah, definitely. Once again, super visible, white, red, white, black, red, super high contrast. So yeah. In the UK, AI art is still protected so long as a human was involved in making the prompt. Yeah. Game Awards are tonight, right? Right. Apparently we're playing World of Warcraft on this stream. I have a similar one where in one of our recent videos, 1:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Thomas, you're streaming this one, right? What are the awards? I kind of am interested now. The Game Awards. Who's gonna win? Is it gonna be a DLC that's gonna be voted Game of the Year? What is... I'm not part of the Enhance Discord. What is Enhance? I've heard of it before, Enhance. Where do I know of it? No. Oh. Oh, it's some assets we were looking at, that's it, but I'm not in the Discord. Official 4K live stream at 12:30 a.m. GMT. Yeah, we're not doing that. Nominees. View all categories. Where's Best Indie? Best Independent Game, Best Indie Game Debut. Animal Well, Palatro, Lorelei, Neva. I've never even heard of Neva, I feel. What is Neva? Includes 2 games. Oh, is it from Greece? I think this is the Greece studio, yeah. It's artsy game. Oh, this can go away. UFO 50, maybe. It's probably gonna be Palatro, no? Also, like, I wouldn't classify Annapurna as an indie. Like, in a game made outside the traditional publisher system, and then you're using Annapurna. Annapurna is not a publisher outside the traditional publisher system. Hello. Like, Playstack and Big Mode, and maybe Devolver I can understand. But what the fuck, Annapurna is not... And the devs of Annapurna, like, what games do they make? Like, I think they're Control and things like that. Like, I need to look at publisher list probably. Annapurna. Like, class AA. Yeah, Stray, Outer Wilds. Like, Outer Wilds was Tim Kaine, no? Oh yeah, Cocoon. Cocoon won last year, so I guess according to the Game Awards, definitely they are indie. Next category, Best Indie Debut Game. This is basically the same thing. Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, maybe. But once again, this one is very, well, new independent studio. I mean, they don't talk, but Manor Lords was like Manor Lords drama. Solo dev. Where for a while he was like, oh yeah, I am a solo developer because if I quit, then the game like doesn't keep making. Yeah, is it a solo dev? Not. It's like questionable. Like, I call myself a solo dev even though my credits are so long. Manor Lords credits. 8 minutes? Jesus Christ. That's a lot of people. Okay, so this is all localizations, QA. Like, I found like it's kind of weird to call yourself, okay, custom score. I don't know what I'm looking at. Kevin Hart. I feel like that's gonna be a different Kevin Hart. What am I even looking at? Is this everyone who like play tested or something? What are... This is 8 minutes of like thanking people. I feel like at that point it is maybe questionable. Let's take a look at the start of the credits. Okay, so game by him. He did game design, programming, 2 extra programmers, someone for animation, 4 3D artists, 4 motion captures. I think this is questionable. Yeah, saying indie I can live with. But if this is the stuff you do for your game, I have very much doubts that you're a solo developer. So yeah, I could have avoided controversy by not having credits. It's in, yeah, but like the thing is, for indie I can live with it, because here, on the other hand, though, like Hooded Horse once again, they also don't get out of bed for less than a few million bucks. So I think the definition of indie game is kind of meh with this. Who would I win for this? I would like to give this one to Animal Well, maybe, instead of Balatro. I feel like Animal Well just has done more. Best mobile game, also Balatro. I feel like it's gonna be Zenless Zone Zero that wins this, right? It's Hoyoverse. This indie game had more budget than some AAA titles, yeah, indeed. Are those patrons? I think it's gonna be like people who playtest it and things like that. Best VR, damn, 5 VR games released this year? That's also a surprise. And yeah, this is all AAA stuff. What are all the other categories? Best esports, content creator of the year. I did not click that. Case, okay, yeah, this is just regular content creators. Best performance? What is best performance even? Oh, voice acting. The player's voice, yeah. Best community support. Huh. Best fighting, best family, best multiplayer. I think Baldur's Gate has had some really good community support, but yeah. Did you play any of the Game of the Year nominations? I'm a fake gamer. Nope. Oh, I've played Final Fantasy VII. So maybe. Elden Ring? Nope. Black Myth Wukong. Balatro is one that I never got the appeal of. I never was like, oh yeah, I want to play this game, even though it's supposedly like indie hit of whatever. I've been always wanting to play a Final Fantasy game, and like 7 was like the one that I was like, okay, let's give it a look at it. So yeah, Astrobot and Black Myth Wukong. The thing is, I don't have a PlayStation, and then Black Myth. The thing is, Black Myth came out in a very busy time as well, and once again, it wasn't really a game that I care about. Like honestly, let me pull up my Steam. I like old games. I don't know. I like the comfort. BMW is good. Much better than Elden Ring. Those are also generally not my genres. Okay, let me pull up my Steam. Here comes everyone saying like, oh, Mordix is a brony again. Does it track my hours? Like, can I look at like, all recently played. Yeah, like, so this is Magical Girl Guardians. I played, I don't like BattleBit anymore. I played like 15 hours of Black Ops 2 in the last 2 weeks. And I played another 10 hours of Battlefield 4. Because when I want to play a game, I'm good at those games. I enjoy the experience and all of that. And it's like, I just want to chill for like half an hour, get some kill streaks, shit on some noobs, and then go on. And it's like, it's more comfortable. I don't know. It's maybe weird to describe, but those were the games that have a lot of meaning to me. I only played shooters when I was young, like shooters in Rocket League. And I still like playing them, and I don't think the modern generation of whatever Warzone is and things like that doesn't appeal to me at all. So yeah. At least you aren't playing League of Legends. About that, no. That's Thomas's problem. I have way too many hours in Battlefield 4 Hardcore. I feel like you're too young to have played Battlefield Hardcore that much, ToberX, because you're younger than me. And I was already playing the game at way too young of an age. Because, yeah, I played Black Ops multiplayer when it came out, and I think it came out more than 10 years ago, right? Black Ops 2 release date. Yeah, 2012. I started playing it when I was 13 years old. I shouldn't have been playing the game when it came out back then. And then Battlefield 4, I also played on release, I know. Yeah, I was playing this game also at age 13. I shouldn't have... I shouldn't have played this game at this point, honestly. But yeah, do you play any sports games? Rocket League, I used to play. That's about it. Is there a category for sports game? I don't. Sports/racing. Formula 1. It's just like all the official ones. No, I don't play any of these at all. Undercover Yankles. No, I'm not Undercover Yankles. Smoking noobs is fun on FPS games. The problem isn't like the only people who play Black Ops 2, because you can't play Black Ops 2 on Steam anymore. You have to use like this thing called like the plutonium launcher, and it's like all of these games have been hacked to shit as well, and like the servers kind of got shut down for PC, so now you have to use like these custom launchers, and like you can get Modern Warfare 3 for free, technically. But the problem is the only people who are hardcore enough to play this are like the people who were really hardcore like me. So it's definitely much more sweaty now as well to play those games. Like Battlefield, if you play Battlefield after like 11 years, you generally are pretty good at the game still, because you never moved up. It's like, is it like, yeah, maybe like Smash Bros. Melee? For that, I am once again too young. But yeah, I do know a bit about that. Where does the long ass list start? I want to see what he's thanking them for. So he's got source book. Oh yeah, community testers. So he has like 7 minutes of community testers, which is a really long one. And then Unreal. FPS is my favorite genre by far. I've played a few boomer shooters. Oh, Doom was probably one of my favorite. I've played Doom, Doom Eternal on Ultra Nightmare multiple times with the DLC and all that. I like Doom. When does Doom Dark Ages come out? I feel like I may take a... I'll just start live streaming playing that one, I feel then. This is one that deserves to go on my wish list. Yeah, live streams that week is just gonna be me playing Doom probably. This is one of the games I really like it as well. Played a shit ton of the Eternal one. So yeah. Similar to Doom and Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages will contain blood. Who saw that one coming? Why don't you guys make an FPS game then? Good question. First of all, there's two kinds of FPS games. You have FPS games like this, and these are games that you generally can't compete with as an indie because all of these are multiplayer. Like a Battlefield, Titanfall, Battlefield 4, Serious Sam, Rust, DayZ. I have a lot of hours in DayZ as well. Damn, DayZ got expensive. It wasn't always, I bought like for 20 euros, I think. Maybe because it got out of early access or something. Anyway, all of these are multiplayer. So you need to have big launch velocity. You need to have enough players to make it work. You need to have server infrastructure. These are not like really that indie friendly games. Yeah, you have some indie FPS games, like for example, Clownfield is one that I tried, Clownfield 2042, which is a Cinti asset pack remake kind of a Battlefield 2042, but it was like because Battlefield 2042 had such a miserable launch, these developers were like, oh, we'll just make our own free-to-play. Oh, it was €1, never mind. Like their own low-cost indie version of Battlefield. And then another one is Polygon. But once again here, these have to go free to play basically, and then using like different monetization systems like skins and whatever to make it work. This is not something we as an indie game really can do. Or as a studio, this is not something for us right now. We can't do that. Second problem is Thomas and William are both really bad at shooters. They don't like the genre, they never had an affinity with it, and I'm not that great of a programmer, so I can't make the game on my own. And then third problem is that there's a new genre called a boomer shooter. And this is something that I could make, if I were to make a shooter, it would be a boomer shooter, which is more of an homage to those older style of games, like for example here, a Warhammer bolt gun. These are the single player FPSs heavily inspired by games like Doom and all of that, still more of the traditional things. Dobrix, yeah, you make it as well. Modern version is Harbinger. These is also boomer shooter, arena shooters, boomer shooters. Making these is kind of hard to, at least if you want to make them premium. And the problem is I didn't grow up in the boomer shooter era. I've played some of them, but this was before my time. So I never got that idea of, there's a lot of secrets, a lot in level design and all of that. Games like, I think, Rise of the Triad. Yeah, so this is a remake now from Apogee and Night Dive, but these, they look very basic, but it's all in the level design for these things. And this is something that takes a long time. It's very linear. Linear games is something that I don't think is a good move for us right now as well, because it's just more time. You can't reuse as much, whereas if you go for something like a roguelite or more of a traditional replayable genre, that's why roguelites are so popular. It is easier to get long play time compared to having to linearly write stories, write narratives, do level design, and someone plays the level for 5 minutes and then they finish that level and they'll never play it again, and you just spend 2 weeks on it. So that's kind of why we're not making this. If I wanted, if I really, I don't really want to make one right now. It's a genre I could maybe make, but I think there's better things to make right now. I think there's also a lot of very creative people still making these games. It's not saturated, but it's definitely gotten a lot more popular in the last 3-4 years, or even more. I've been following boomer shooters before boomer shooters got this big. That's all I'm saying. Okay, anyway, Magical Girl boomer shooter. That's the thing, sometimes you look at it and this could maybe work, so yeah. Are boomer shooter games for boomers? No, the term comes from the fact that the games that these are based on, Doom, Quake and whatever, came out in early 2000s or late 90s and 80s and things like that. And those people are boomers now. If you give a player, someone who played Doom when they grew up, or a Wolfenstein 3D, if you give them a Warzone, they will not have any clue what on earth is going on. Because these games are so immensely different with you have motorbikes, you have all of these things, super high action, multiplayer and things like that. Jesus Christ, 30% positive rating. Runs like actual garbage. So yeah, people who are young are not boomers, but it's there's a difference between who you call a boomer on the internet versus who is an actual boomer. Actual boomers do not use Steam. Boomer shooters tend to take slightly less reflexes, yeah. An alternative to that, because I actually spoke to the developers of one of these. So you have games like CSGO. There is very much a expiration dates for shooter games like Counter-Strike, the hyper-competitive ones. And what they actually see, this was with, I think, the developers of World of Tanks. Are they on Steam? Or World of... Yeah. There's a very high transition of people who go from from Counter-Strike to games like World of Tanks or World of Warships, because it's still very deep. And it's very much catered towards that older audience with less reflexes and who are more of who think with the mind, and that's where the enemy is. So this is kind of either you go to the boomer shooter route or you go the World of Tanks routes. So yeah. Have you played Zorch? I have played Zorch. It's a weird game. I think it was like $5 or something as well. Yeah, Zorch 460. A lot of people make their own engines. I think same for Dusk. Are Dusk, is it made in a custom engine or is it still using they use like the old engines, like build engine. I know. God damn it, I forgot the name. The game that failed from 3D Realms, but like the one before that. I'll find it. I met one of, oh, it was from Void Point. That's it. I'll probably find it earlier then. Void Point. No, I'm not gonna find it. What was it? Hey, look, it's Twisted Tower. Phantom Fury, the one before that. Ion Fury, yeah. This game is made in the build engine. Oh yeah, it is Void Point. So this game came out in, what is this, 2019, but it used an engine that came out like 20 plus years ago. And that just sounds so miserable. To be like, oh yeah, fuck it. Initial release, September 30th, 1995. Let's make a modern day FPS in that game, because that's the only way you can have a correct game feel, like those old games. Because like movement in Unity, movement in Unreal, it still feels a little bit different than like this stuff, basically. Meanwhile, chat is going crazy about all of the different terms for, oh, Dusk is Unity? Okay, I wasn't sure, but there's a lot of boomer shooters out there. If you like boomer shooters, there's a really good channel that I love to watch for anything boomer shooter related, Civi11, and he just plays boomer shooters, like all of the weird ones as well. I love this. This is one of the few YouTubers that I watch. Fun fact. Oh yeah, Slayer's X. There's so many weird boomer shooters basically that get released at this point. Civi is great. Civi is great indeed. Slim Bratsky. I've seen him a little bit because I remember that studio that we visited. Well, I visited a studio earlier in April, Tokyo Underground Killer. They're making a boomer shooter as well. And I think they got like Slim Gretzky and things like that. Oh, they ended up delaying. They were planning originally to release this year, but they got a publisher. Like this is also boomer shooter. But like they told me as well, like yeah, marketing this style of game has definitely gotten a lot more, like when they started development on this game versus where they are now in like the entire game ecosystem, expectations and requirements have shifted a lot as well. So they're kind of developing, and like the goalposts keep changing. I mean, this is a problem with most genres at the end of the day now. So yeah. So yeah, Sulaco. Oh, is Sulaco also? Oh yeah, Sulaco is built, I think, as well. This one came out recently. Is this built? Oh my god, what did they do? They made a 3D. Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, you have to be a next level programmer to make like these visuals. Oh, GT Doom. Dusk and Proteus haven't bought any of the other boomer shooters. Most of them don't have anything new or interesting. Yeah, that's the thing sometimes. Or like it's visuals, like I think Sulfur. It's kind of a unique one. Why? I feel like Steam shouldn't allow this. Huh. Steam artwork overrides. You generally are not allowed to put text on your store pages unless it's like game discounts. I know they don't like a lot of things, like only if you make an update. So technically I feel like Steam is not happy with this. Yeah, Steam said to stop doing that indeed. The thing is, like, to a certain degree, I came across this yesterday. It's like Apsu does it, where it's like, this is something you're not allowed to do at all. Do not put like award text and things like that on your Steam store page. Steam will get mad at you. The thing is, Steam doesn't always... Steam doesn't always validate these things themselves. Like they check the one time when you do the initial submission, but then it's like you can push updates and maybe they'll do spot checks. I'm not sure. But yeah, technically you don't want to do this. It's kind of cringe too. Yeah, guess like also I saw it in a small capsule. I don't know if you can see like, but why though? It's kind of just my question. Why though? I mean, they're doing a discount. Oh, maybe that's why they can get away with it. Because this discount, they're doing a week-long deal, 18th of December. And then 19th, the winter sale starts. So it's another 2 weeks. Oh yeah, and it is for a special update. So Steam technically allows this. I think Happy Holidays is not the right thing to say here. But basically they got like 3 weeks done. How much VAT do you pay for each copy sold? That's the magic of Steam. It depends per country. So if we sell a game in Japan, a key, it's gonna be 10%. If someone in Belgium buys a Steam key, it's gonna be 21%. You can see it in your Steam dashboard. Here, go to reports. And then you can see here, like, oh yeah, effective from the January 1st, like VAT goes up in these countries, which will be reflected. So in here, you can see they collect sales tax for you every month. So it depends on the country where your game is being bought. You don't have anything to say with the sales tax, but that's the beauty of Steam. You as a company don't have to worry about filing all these different reports and being like, oh, but they have a VAT number and they have different VATings. You just get a royalty payment at the end of the year or like at the end of the month, whenever you get paid. And you don't have to think about anything else. You just take whatever you get, basically. Like whatever you receive, like they also have a US share, and out of this, some percentage get held as well, and tax, but yeah. So my Steam art can't say, pretty please buy my game, pretty please. It can say that if there's a new update. If you have a new update, you can be like, hey, we have an update, pretty please go and buy the game now. That should be allowed, but not, and then you have to use the capsule overrides because it can only be up for 1 month. There's like a maximum limit for it. Probably on here somewhere. Or maybe it's on the original one for graphical assets of like what you can and can't do. Graphical asset rules in here. Yeah, so must use artwork overrides if you want to do text on a graphical asset. Also, text has to be localized. I'm curious. I know sulfur is very big in Japan, so it wouldn't surprise me that they localized it, or they may have just not done it. Language too. Nihongo. Oh. Happy holiday. So they localize it here. So that is something else that you do have to do then. And then yeah, only to describe a major update, like a seasonal event, battle pass, DLC, or similar content. So it's questionable. I wouldn't do it if you can. What do other religions matter if the holiday is Christmas? I mean, you can try it. I think they just wanted to tie it to the winter sale. They don't say Merry Christmas, they say Happy Holidays. So yeah, generally no text on the capsule apart from your logo. Like here, Steam Festival Fest, this is something you can do if it's an artwork override, but that's it. Wait a second, you can't post that you won an award? You can't post it on here, you would put it down here. There's an actual awards section in your Steamworks. So whoever wins the Bite Me Games Award is actually gonna get one of these laurels as well, as like a PNG from me. I'm gonna send it to you by email directly. And then you put them in here. You're not allowed to put them on here. Like, oh, I won the Bite Me Game Award. No, you have to put them in the dedicated award section. I'm surprised they have the unverification. Yes, normally Steam auto-verifies your deck. Like, we're auto-verified. Like, it should say something here. I feel like they've opted out of something. Oh wait, yeah, Bite Me Game Awards PNG one, it's when you win. Have they ever said why they have this rule? I think it's just to tidy up the store page, because otherwise, like, it doesn't look nice to have like all of the text and they want you just to focus on the logo. I'm gonna make my own awards and give them to myself. Well, you technically can do it. It's similar with there's like a review section at certain games. Like this is like a new one as well, where you can have custom blocks. This is a cool one actually, where it's just an image of the roadmap in like a dedicated roadmap up top. Damn, they've gone hard for the store page actually. Like custom font here at the top. Is this? I am www.artdiscord.com. Did they get that domain for Sulfur? Okay, they did. That's kind of funny, actually. I felt like this was a placeholder. I guess this is an alternative to no links embedded anymore on Steam. You just buy an easy domain and put it right up on top, very big. I think it was because Americans only get holidays once a year. If you're going to make, let's say, a puzzle game, make your own award, best puzzle game 2024, give it to yourself. The problem is how many people care about these awards. Is this gonna be the reason that someone is like, oh yeah, actually I want to buy this game now because it was part of best audio at Reboot Blue and things like that. The blood of your enemies and visual gore. But I know what someone else did, for example. This used to be a viewer of ours. It's like in the review section, it's like, I saw this game on Tumblr, I need it in my life. And you can just link kind of to whatever you want. So you can link to a timestamp of me in the Bite Me Games Awards, being like, this wins Game of the Year or something. And then you can fake the reviews, I guess, to a certain degree like that as well. Yeah. Do you acquire users from your website in your games? What does that mean? I don't acquire users? If someone wants to show their awards, nothing to stop them having in the background at the end of the trailer. You can have it at the front as well. Like, okay, not this one, but there's definitely games, mainly AAA, like Elden Ring definitely should have this. That have like their awards somewhere in the opening. Wow, that's a slow intro. But I'm pretty sure like some of the older ones, or maybe I think Hollow Knight actually might have it, or Crusader Kings. Like nothing is stopping you from just putting it at the start of your things as well, like similar to your logo, and like, hey, I won these awards. That is completely fine by Steam, just not in the capsule. Capsule is only for your logo. Chris Sukowski says someone should try a Steam page that's only huge screams or single words or something mad like that. What? I feel like Steam wouldn't approve that. Or well, you can technically change it later on, but he'll get mad, I think, then. So yeah, don't give yourself awards, guys. It's like liking your own comments. It's weird. You can be better. I expect you to be better. Oh, someone in the trailer feedback. I kind of want to keep the trailers to a separate stream though. Probably a future stream, if you can wait. Because I know I have a few more trailer things. There's actually a form. If you want trailers, I'll just remind everyone. Is it trailers or trailer? I'm just gonna do both. Here, yeah, that one. Submit your trailers through there if you're watching, and then I'll go through them probably next week. Trailer reviews. Let's see how much I have. Because I don't have enough yet for another stream, so if you submit them in here, this is the right way. Do not put them in here. It makes it hard for me to track which ones I've done and all of that. Put them in here. There's a link for it. Bite Me Games wins Bite Me Award. It was something where we were considering, except Thomas and William were both two shit developers. If we had released another game this year still before the Bite Me Game Awards, so not just, what is it, Unicycle Pizza Time, I would have given an extra award, just Best Bite Me Games game. But I think definitely next year we can hit 2-3 releases maybe. So then I think we may actually add an extra category for like Best Bite Me Games game. Yeah. Hollow Knight should release an expansion that becomes a standalone game for Christmas. That would be hard. Furious Furfur is one of the Hollow Knight Silksong hopers. Any chance of The Last of Us Part 2 winning any awards this year? Well, not the Bite Me Award because they didn't submit. So I don't know. Maybe. Did it only come out this year? I feel like The Last of Us Part 2 shouldn't get it. Are you planning on watching the Game Awards? So the reason that we're not gonna do that, I actually was like, oh, Thomas, we should co-stream the Game Awards. Like, it's even in my history. You can see I looked it up. Problem is just the time it takes place. It's at 1:30 a.m. until 5 a.m. And I love you, but I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna be on stage either. I'm not invited. They do not care about me at all. Oh, Snoop Dogg is coming. 21 Pilots, Fortnite. Yeah, I think you can follow the Game Awards in Fortnite as well. But no, it's just too fucked up a time zone. I'm not gonna watch it alone. Are Game Awards today? No, they're next week Friday. FindMeGameAwards.com. I'm thinking I should just schedule the event now or like soon-ish, just so I can link it, because normally I schedule live streams like a few hours in advance. I feel like for this one I kind of want to start making a link soon-ish. Wait, do I not say? I feel like we should say when this is gonna be. It's probably gonna be here in timeline. Yeah, award ceremony, but I feel like we should have put this somewhere up higher, maybe. So yeah, awards are next week, Friday, 7 p.m. Oh yeah, 8 p.m. my time. I think in the voting thing. Wait, gg.yt/bj voting. I don't know if I can open this without entering my email. Yeah, but there's a link in here if you go to the voting thing that converts to your time zone. You can see the Bite Me Awards next week, so just have some. It should be on your face. I'm gonna fix this after the live stream, that it is in fact in your face when it is. And then also update the Watch Live. I'll probably schedule the event like tomorrow or tonight already for next week, so I have an actual thing, because now if you click the Watch Live, it just goes to our YouTube channel as well. Is it too late to have a worst game idea award? It is too late. But we're probably gonna be doing like a few fun things of like worst game submitted or like weirdest game submitted, like not an actual category, but still like a little bit of a shout out of, or like best disqualified game is another one. Like, oh yeah, these games that technically don't fit, but we still really enjoyed them. So let's give them like a little shout out, but then also make fun of them for being too late. I can put myself bigger because I don't have anything special to show right now. Oh, wrong arm. Is Bite Me Awards a verb or a noun? I don't know what that means to begin with, so I have no idea. Hey, Furious Furfur, are you on Patreon yet? Because if you're flexing how much you make in the chat here, and it's that much, then there's a link in the description for me, for you. Sorry. The award should be on your homepage. You mean like YouTube homepage? Like on this one? I can pin, but then I need to schedule it. I don't think you can schedule live streams. Did someone say to flex? This is when Matt comes out of the nobody said to flex, but I was just stretching, so I may as well flex. Anyways, what else has been going on with you guys in life? Because I don't think, yeah, nothing new here. The flex brings all the boys to the yards, damn right. Different questions. Do you guys have/had interns? Because I'm wondering where I should do an internship in a few years. So, we have had interns. They worked on Guild Architect. I think they did pretty good work. I think I still have some Guild Architect gameplay, if you have no clue what that is. Unfortunately, Guild Architect, like, they made the characters, they made all of the props for this game. This was done by interns. And they generally performed pretty nice work, like environment and everything like that. We weren't ready for the interns though, and we're not doing internships anymore. I've gotten probably 25 emails and messages and people messaging me on LinkedIn and all of that, like, hey, I want to intern at your company. Because also there's a very big game dev school here in Belgium. What's it called? God damn it. DIHOS. This is one of the best and one of the bigger game dev schools in Belgium, and they have the problem as well of there are more students than that there are internship positions. And same thing, a lot of people from the Netherlands, from Breda, they watch us and they're like, oh yeah, we can do an internship there because we've done it before. Problem is, I am not happy with how we gave the internship. Of course they paused and everything like that. They were happy. But I think we as a company failed them. We didn't provide enough support. We didn't provide definitely they learned stuff, but we as a company are kind of too loose and like too much friends and whatever to suddenly have more of that professional thing with daily stand-up meetings or like retrospectives and like planning more things. We're three friends, me, Thomas and William, and that's our like secret weapon is we're very much in tune with each other. We have like Thomas and William and we all went to Japan for like 2 months and just lived all together basically. Those are things that, yeah, you can't do with interns, and that means that there's a different kind of trust that we have with interns versus with us, and we tried our best. We took them on like team outings and whatever to get them acquainted and all of that, but we just as a studio aren't ready for it. It's also an extra load on me because then we have to manage them and all of that, and they're not really capable of like individual work. So I was like, Thomas, because Thomas still wants interns, because at the end of the day, we got like 2 artists working for our game for 4 months for free. And Thomas was like, that's a great deal, I want to do that more. And I told him like, Thomas, look, I love you, but go fuck yourself. We're not doing that again, because he didn't have to do that much of the follow-up in the management. We're not doing internships anymore. Not anytime soon, not this year, probably not next year. Like, not in general. So yeah. 3 friends go to Japan, gone wrong. Well, Thomas didn't want to go to the onsen with me. Still sad about that one. What about just coming to your studio just to learn to work in a team without a salary, but more than a skills, so an internship? Problem is, then it's still more work for me. It disrupts the team balance that we have as well. That's the thing. Like suddenly, the magic of us being friends and being more of that startup vibe and all of that is that we work in weekends, we work evenings, we like play test at 7 p.m. and things like that. And all of that also, like our interns, one of them was very much I clock in at 9 and at 5 p.m. sharp I stop. And it changes dynamics, and that's fine. I don't mind that. Then the other intern was the opposite of that basically. That was like, hey, I clock in at 10 and I work until like they work sometimes till like midnight. I got like a message, and then the next day they don't work half a day or they don't work a full day, and it's like I hear nothing from them. Definitely a lot of problems as well, and it's like right now we're already in kind of a precarious state in general. It's just not worth it for me, I think, to take that extra risk, to take off that. We're not ready for it. So there's a lot of ideas, but you should pay your interns. Fun fact, that is illegal in Belgium. This is another reason why I don't want interns, because we get white knights like Rohan. Rohan, your parasocial relationship points have been revoked by hereby, I'm sorry, who do not understand that we live in Belgium. And kind of the Belgian dogma, the way it's supposed to go, it's what I've done, it's what everyone in Belgium has to go through. If you want to graduate from a bachelor's, you need to have done an internship, at least 2 months, can be more, depends on what you study. And it's completely for free. You are not allowed by law to be paid at all. Even no form of compensation. If you have to drive 100 kilometers to your work every day, they cannot pay for your public transport even, technically. So because of that, yeah, we also don't pay them, which is good for us, but then we have all of these people on the internet who are like American and capitalist and all of that and socialist, and they're like, oh my god, no, everyone should deserve to be paid. And it's like, fuck you, I can't. If I do, I'll get sued by the government, which is also not the move. It's how Belgium works. If you don't like it, then don't do it. It's more like a traineeship or an internship. It's very much, it's part of the education. It's part of the ability to graduate. It's not like an internship. I know in like America, you do like internships over summer with like Facebook or whatever. I know that's a thing as well. This is not that kind of internship. This is an internship during the school year where I have meetings with their teachers every 2 weeks talking about their progress and things like that. We are not allowed to pay them for that. Be hiding behind the laws of the threats of mere prison. Bro, then you get the best possible deal. Can't you get some 3D artists to get models done for Skogvold? Yeah, but we need to take care of them still. It's not because we don't have to pay them that we can treat them like dirt, because that is what a lot of Belgian studios do as well. I don't want to do that either. But we can't give them the quality that I think they deserve to get. Even if we can't pay them, it doesn't mean that we have to actually use them as wage slaves. Because they talk about it like, yeah, some of the people, all they had to do was just like do rotoscoping for like 4 or 5 weeks, where they just had to make spreadsheets. And it's everything they had to do for 5 weeks. They did nothing. They learned nothing really. They just had to do actual like boring intern work. And those people exist as well. I don't want to give bad internships. We gave them Unicycle Pizza Time. No, we gave them Guild Architect because we wanted to involve them in a project. We wanted to teach them more about the start and things like that. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, welcome to the company, now you get to make rocks for 4 months, and that's it. That's something other developers do as well, like other Belgian studios. So once again, it's something I don't like. It's like, oh yeah, basically, you get the interns and you just let them make asset packs, and then you, the studios, sell those asset packs, make money off the interns' job, and it's not even like they worked on a game. It's just like, oh, here's a big sheet of 3D models, go and make it, and we'll make money from it. I don't want to do that. If that's the case, I would rather just not do that. If we can't do it right, I just don't want to do it at all. That's kind of the thing. That's why we also don't have merch, for example. If you can't do it right, I don't want to do it to begin with. I don't want to have a midway, like, kind of like, maybe it's decent-ish, kind of it's crappy quality. At that point, I would rather not do it. So yeah. I think internship is your chance to flex on your company culture. Treat them good and let them know not all game dev jobs are slavery. The problem then is, and this was something that once again we had to be very open with them. They can do the internship, they could graduate, because you need to have done the internship to graduate. But for a lot of people in Belgium, the internship is also kind of like, I don't know if I would put a number on it, like 50% of people, the company where they do their internship, they start working there as well. And we told them like day one, like, look, there's no way in hell, you can look our finances, they also could see the Patreon videos. We can't hire you. We can't pay ourselves, so let alone we can pay you like an actual wage. So we said that from the start. So we're like, hey, if you need to like take like time off to have a job interview or whatever, go for it. But that's like the thing, what's the point in giving them the company culture if you can't keep them anyway? Like whether they're good or bad, because they're work artists. And one of them, I was like, yeah, the work they perform is really good and it could be nice to have them, but I can't pay myself. We can barely pay William. So yeah. Can you treat your interns as slaves as long as you pay them? No, or as long as you don't pay them. You can't treat them as slaves because the teachers still like follow it up as well. Do you think, okay, so Funky Slot, going back to a different topic. Do you think co-op horror is a good genre for indie devs? I think it is. I think horror in general is a good genre for indie devs. Co-op makes it much better. That's what like things like Murky Divers do as well. Is that co-op horror. And actually, that publisher that did Murky Divers, they focus only basically on co-op horror, basically. Creator-friendly, catchy games. That's another way to saying co-op or like Unicycle Pizza Time could kind of maybe come in here as well, because you have that virality potential. Oh, I'm kind of hiding everything. Oh, I didn't know they did 2 others as well. Oh, they only published the Murky Divers, that's why. And then, like, this one works a bit different. But yeah, they work really on content creators, and co-op horror is a really good genre for content creators. So you think it's okay not to have a single player mode? Oh, you would completely drop the single player mode. Now that changes things. I think you should always still have a single player mode. Even if it's a more limited one, you always need to have some sort of single player mode, I think. Because people don't have that much friends, and you will be alienating a lot of people. You get all the problems that party games have then as well, where you often can't play them alone, so it gets a lot harder to sell at them, because you also need to lower your individual sale price, basically, because you have to be certain that multiple people can buy it. Maybe if you do something like matchmaking, but then there's a whole world of problems there with like voice and things like that, so I wouldn't do that. Even if the single player mode is rubbish, how rubbish can it be? There's a lot of rubbish horror games out there. Like, I think, yeah, you should still have a single player mode. I wouldn't, you can't sell them in bundles. Steam has stopped like the buy bundles, or like buy a game, you get a free gift to give to someone else. Yeah, the multi-packs, they should bring it back, but I don't know why they stopped doing it. Probably someone abused it at some point. But then maybe it could work. Yeah, not having single player also makes initial play. So like you can't do demos as well then, because what, you're gonna have multiplayer demos and all of that? Let me put chat here actually. Not having single player, yeah. The thing is, I would make single player and add co-op in a later way if that isn't working right away. If you're thinking of doing a co-op game, that's what we learned with Unicycle Pizza Time. If you're even just considering it, start with adding multiplayer. Make it multiplayer first, because it's a lot harder to take a single player game and multiplayer it than taking a multiplayer game and single playing it. Unicycle Pizza Time, we could technically have made a single player game, but if we made that game single player first, and then we had the game, and we're like, oh, let's add multiplayer, it gets infinitely more painful, because you suddenly have to do programming, like you have to program in a different way, you have to suddenly sync your network objects. It's better when you make that initial architecture on day one to already keep that in mind. So start with, if you're considering it, just add it, add your fishnet or whatever, and then worst case, you can cut it out later. If it's like, yeah, maybe co-op isn't working or it's not worth it either. Can't add multiplayer later in something. Yeah, that's the thing, like for Forge Industry, we worked on the game for 7 months, then we showcased it and we got a lot of feedback of like, oh, this game would be really cool in multiplayer. And then for 3-4 months, we tried adding multiplayer. But because we were so much, like so deep already in all of our mechanics, we couldn't really make it multiplayer. I mean, we wasted a lot of time on all of that basically. And then at the end of the day, we're like, yeah, we're not gonna get out of this. We just need to cut our losses, keep it single player. So yeah, easy to run the local game to a local server, and that's basically how you have a multiplayer game. And it's also how you have DRM to a certain degree. Like, fun fact, no one has ever called us out on it, so I don't think anyone really actually cares. So if you never got negative feedback or anything about it, you can't play Unicycle Pizza Time offline, I think. Or at least you need to have Steam, because even a single player game still does the Steam networking lobby and things like that. Is it the best? No, but it's what works if you have a 1-month development cycle. Yeah, I cringe when people randomly ask for, oh, add multiplayer. It's not that simple. Yeah, the game depends entirely on co-op. It doesn't really work without it. I guess maybe the, is it a phasmophobia? I think this is maybe, does this have a single player mode? Or is this only, like even a Phasmophobia, this is a game 100% you should only play this multiplayer with multiple people. But still, it has a single player mode. Is it possible to make 10 games in a month if you make slop games? Yeah. If you just make AI slop, definitely you can make 10 games in a month. Should you make 10 games in a month? That's a different question. Unreal Engine is relatively easy to create multiplayer, but I avoided just the price game servers cost. Yeah, game servers, it depends. We've been doing everything for free because we use an asset called Fishnet. This is for Unity. Networking evolved. This is completely free for syncing network objects, and then we use a Steam networking library for matchmaking, and that's basically it. Also, I saw there's a new bundle. Is it good shit? Let's take a look. Guys, don't buy this yet, because I have an affiliate link. If there's good stuff in this, don't buy it yet. What do we get in the bundle? Platformer fruits. This is ass. 3D fish. Cute, I guess, but maybe? If you're very fast at developing, get this asset and make one of those Rusty Retirement style games, but make it be an aquarium. If you're really fast, you can probably get this out as like one of first to market. If not, try and forget it, but this is my suggestion. I've used this asset. They have a DLSS version. I have questions about it. I didn't like it that much. I got it in one of the other bundles. Advanced image effects. That's a lot of flair. Could be interesting. Realistic boars. Falling Scent game template. This looks like mobile slop. Artistic bundle. What is this? I have to open this, I feel. Can I do full details? What is this? Enhance your creativity and get a unique style with these effects bundles. It's just shaders and visual effects, I guess. Easy flying, terraforming terrain 2D, Cinti animation idols. I think that's questionable. VFX, I guess, weird. Texture tools, this looks weird. Some, I don't know. I don't think it's a pack that we would get. There's nothing in here that I'm like, oh, this is actually interesting. Because it's, yeah, like, none of these assets are like nice. Let's go for this. All of these are like very specific. If you need it, then sure you can use it. But like, who needs easy flying system? Or like, how many games are you gonna make where you need realistic boars? Like, this is just, well, we add an asset that hasn't been selling enough. And like, none of these things really fit together. Because you have like platformer, but these games are, you're not gonna, this is just for mobile slop once again. Yeah, the problem is a realistic boar simulator. You're gonna need other animals as well, most likely. And also, like, I don't think you should make a game with this asset because it's gonna be boring at the end of the day. It's too early to end the stream, I think, but I hope someone caught on to that one. Thank you, John. Boar Warfare, Boar Squadron. You play as boars fighting boars. Boar warrior battlers with lasers. I mean, they do have the, like, why do they have the mythical shading on it where they're like purple or yellow? It's a bit weird. Do you check Fab for the monthly free assets? I do. Problem is with Fab, a lot of them, are there new free ones already? I think it's the old one still. A lot of them are for Unreal. Some of them are for Unity as well. I think I have these already. My library. Let's take a look. Oh, no, I don't have them. The thing is is this even for, oh no, it is for Unity as well. That's pretty cool. And it's like, sure, I'll take it, but it's like, I don't really think I can use this anytime soon. So far, the free fab stuff has been kind of mid. Yeah, fun fact, the game Squirrel with a gun has been made, the development cycle was pretty long. And it basically started with they had the squirrel, they made the squirrel custom. And then whenever there was a free asset on Fab, they would just add it to the game. Or not Fab, but back then it was called like Unreal Marketplace. And that's kind of why it's such a random mismatch of like all of these different assets, because it's just literally whatever the free shit was that Fab had. I wish I could claim an all-in-one cake, but I doubt I'll ever use these assets. Yeah, that's the thing I kind of have as well. What were the other ones? Limited time free. It doesn't want to load. Cool. Well, I guess we're not looking at that anymore here. Until 17th. So it's like Vegetation Volume 1. But like this is only Unreal. And I don't think we will be switching to Unreal anytime soon. So yeah. Does Afrikaans sound weird to you? It sounds weird. I've been to South Africa when I was like 13 or 12. It's kind of like Dutch. Like it's a little bit less extreme of like how does German sound when you speak Dutch. Like some words they definitely match, and then some words are very, very different. But I can generally get the gist of whatever they're saying most of the time. Yeah, I can't understand broken Afrikaans. It's similar with Surinaams. So Surinaams, it's not as different, but it is very much different as well. One time I was in like the airport and I was just like I was like, wow, they speak weird language. Like, I feel like I know this. And it was Surinaams after like a while. I figured out like, hey, this is Dutch, but they use like very weird dialect and like different words and things like that. But they do speak a version of Dutch. I think it's a bit like Jamaican is also like technically English, or like it's not technically English, but it's based on English, but does sound very different. This game is so dumb. Like, yeah, you can see this is just free assets from Fab, and then we just do shit with it. But hey, it's sold, so yeah. You only use assets? That's what Squirrel with a gun does. We try not to. The game design help us get away with doing that, yeah. Would you rather make 1 million of 100 games or make 100,000 of one games? The mod doesn't make sense there, right? Revolver over, do you mean make 10,000 of one game? Or 1 million from 100 games? Guess I would take 100 grand off of one game. The thing is, can we repeat it? Or is it like we only have one shot? Try reading Nigerian Pigeon. I know Nigerian also has some Dutch because they have like Bloemfontein. Do they have an example? How you day? How are you? Haven't eaten too much. I want job. I feel like I'm gonna get cancelled if I keep saying these things, but yeah, okay, this is very weird. It's like, you know, what English sounds like to non-English speakers. Yeah, Nigerian comes from Dutch, indeed, because of like Bloemfontein and things like that. Capital. Random, do you think deep sea horror has potential? I think it's almost getting oversaturated. Is maybe a big one, but it's definitely a trend that I've been seeing. Like Murky Divers, I think there was another one that was literally just called Thalassophobia. It's an easy one. I think this was from our viewers, like a 1 to 4 player co-op diving horror game. There's a niche, it's very much a niche. I'm not sure how much space the niche still has. But I think it's something definitely to consider. I'm not sure how Thalassophobia will do, but it's kind of what Murky Divers is doing. It gives a different kind of movement. I think making the movement go smooth and good is gonna be the biggest question, so to say. I think Subnautica is different. Subnautica is very deep already. But yeah, it definitely has a horror aspect to it as well. Deep space horror. I think with deep space assets, maybe like... The thing is, deep space horror, you can go very weird with it as well. And then, like, technically something like a Scorn could be considered deep space horror almost, because it's like so alien in how everything looks and things like that. So like Prey, they don't have the original Prey probably. No, but like original Prey, yeah, space is kind of whatever you want. Thalassophobia. I'm just gonna copy paste that because is this a Godot game? I'm curious. Engine. Do they have the engine available? No. This looks like a Godot game. I don't I don't know how I feel about this. But I don't think this is a diving game, right? This is more just you're on a ship. It's a bit different. It's Iron Lung deep sea horror. I wish they finished Scorn. Yeah. Short horror game where you pilot a tiny submarine. Is this a Godot game? Hot take, I don't like the PS1 style art at all. I just think it's weird. And I think it's, yeah, I don't like it in general, whatever. But it's something, a trend I've noticed, a lot of Godot people use it as well. Oh, Dave Szymanski. Damn. Probably solid. Damn, he's doing good. He's the guy who made Dusk as well, right? Oh, Gloomwood and Dusk, yeah, okay. Damn, dude's pumping out games. I think this is not what they meant with diving game. Yeah, it's huge to use PS1 graphics. But I feel like at the other time you can also use, did I kill the asset store already? Use the boar. I would prefer, I personally prefer for horror than like the more PBR thing. Like, what is this? I had it open here. Why are all of these horror? Oh, it's all like from the same thing. Like probably you even recognize this one. This is, I don't want the clown. I don't want the werewolf. I don't want the butcher. This one, you may recognize this little lady. This hot hunk of meat. Like Lunch Lady. 9,000 reviews. This character, that character, it's this character. It's an asset. And it's, I think it's much easier to make a scary game if you go for a more high poly PPR style compared to making a style like this. You can make styles like this, but I think you need to do a lot more atmosphere and all of that to make it look scary. Like, this is just not as scary as whatever, like this. Like, both of these are just random screenshots, and it's like there is a big difference still. If we're looking at average AAA gamers and whatever, Lunch Lady is gonna be infinitely more interesting to them compared to like this. And like, sure, some people may be interested in it, but not as much. feel through lore. I think I definitely underestimate the audience, because basically everyone who likes the PS1 style, the thing is also I never grew up in that. I'm too young. I'm too young for the PS1 style. Because when did the PS1 even come out? PlayStation 1 release date. Like the console is older than me. So yeah, of course I never gotten nostalgic for it. Wait, why do you are saying 1994? Oh. Huh? What is this then for? What does it say on July? Oh. I didn't even know there was okay, yeah, 90. This is much older than me. Yeah, the PlayStation 2 is the same age as me, I think. Wait, no. PlayStation 2 release date. When does this come out? Yeah, PlayStation 2 is older than me. So of course I'm not gonna have as much of an affinity, I think, with the PSX style games. Because like the first games I played was like a GTA San Andreas, was like, and I think this was already, yeah, like past the PSX style. I don't want the remaster, but like this is already much higher poly, and this is like what I was used to, so to say. I think in a year or two the PS1 style will feel played out. I'm curious about it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I wasn't allowed to play GTA. My dad gave me GTA San Andreas for my 8th birthday. We are not the same. And he gave it to me on PC, so I was playing it in the living room on the big ass TV. Horror relies on fear of the unknown. Yeah, it's like definitely you omit a lot so people can fill in things themselves. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can go with it. Like, and I'm in Japan, there's like a lot of people are like, oh, you should go to the retro game stores and things like that. And like, I never got consoles. I got a Linux laptop when I was like 7 or something from my dad, and that's it. So it's like, cool. I don't really care about Game Boy and whatever. I know it, but I never grew up on any of those things. So yeah. Good that username checks out. The Chillas art games. What is the Chillas? Ah, this is very Japanese, I feel. Holy shit, they have a lot of games. This is a black company. These developers are not seeing their families. No fucking way. This is like high poly, or like this is like unicycle pizza time poly. I don't know how to explain it, but with like filters over it, I guess, to make it look more PSX-y, maybe? I don't know. Like it's very much a different style still in the PlayStation style. Style optimized for dev time and horror. Yeah, I guess you can, a lot of these things are just assets probably that you can find relatively easily, and then they have a filter, and yeah. I'm not gonna write that name or like say that name, whoever subscribed, but yeah, thanks, I guess. It's Unreal Engine with post-process on it, yeah, so it's different still. Shinkansen Zero. Yeah, it's like that cursed art style as well. So, yeah. Maybe next game we make is Magical Girl Horror. So, yeah, I don't know if it's Unreal or Unity Asset Store. Can I buy a Shinkansen on the Asset Store? Shinkansen. No, it's not an. So probably custom model still. Yeah, no bullet train. But I mean, it's a game on a train, so of course it's gonna be successful. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be wrapping things up pretty soon, I think. So if you have any questions, ask them now. Rapid fire them. I'll see if I can go through them. If not, I'll end the stream in like a few minutes. So thank you very much for tuning in so far already, at least. We do these streams, I don't know, for love of the game. We're definitely not earning that much on it. Coffee or tea? I don't drink coffee at all. I don't drink that much tea. I drink matcha, and that's about it. How was Sinterklaas? I don't really celebrate it. I live alone. I didn't get anything from Sinterklaas. I know, very sad. Thoughts on horror game on train? Add Big Spider Train, maybe? Well, will you do more trailer both streams? Submit it, Simon, using the trailers thing. This one, I always forget. I think it's trailers, actually. Submit it in there. If we get enough submissions, I'll do one next week. What vids are coming up? Ooh. I'm gonna show only one, but it's the video for tomorrow, and it's gonna be a big one. Give me 1 second. I don't want to leak the other upcoming videos, but I think you're gonna like it. This is the video that's going to come out tomorrow. How much did our game studio earn in 2024? Oh, I think you should be able to see it now because I was covering it. We'll be diving more into the numbers. What did we earn money from? Are we going bankrupt? How long are we going to keep surviving? And all of that. So yeah, that should get views. I hope so. I kind of want to W. Our analytics have not been doing too hot lately. But yeah, like, it's all gray. It makes me sad inside, but it's whatever. So yeah, maybe tomorrow we declare bankruptcy. Who knows? No, we're still doing the Bite Me Game Awards. So yeah. Question, have you ever paid for a player acquisition? No, because you don't really need to do it on Steam as much, I think. It's more of a thing on mobile. So yeah. I have never even heard of Astral Tournament. So that's also a no. And 1,000 punts. What the fuck is a punt? Would you pay that for a console? No. Bite Me PNGs will be auctioned off. I don't know, guys. It seems like we've gone through the rapid fire session. Anyways, thank you very much for watching once again. I hope you had fun. I sure did. So enjoy the rest of your day. Best of luck till developing your games, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya!